Hi, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and for today's Christmas we are going to do Santa's bottle with a cookie plate and a carrot plate. I haven't tried it before. This is something I'm going to try, but this is just a milk bottle. If your Santa doesn't drink milk but drinks brandy or whiskey, then a Coke bottle, and maybe put in a ribbon around the Coke so that that bit's hidden. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to concentrate on the milk bottle. Now we're going to be doing etching with this stuff. I'll put on the bottom where on the details even where you can get this stuff from. So all I've done is for Santa. Now I've cut it out already. I've used normal peel off. Now if you wanted to do it as peel off, you would take this bit off instead, and then you could use transfer tape, which I'm going to use so that it's placed correctly over the letters and place them. But I want to do etching because I really like etching. I don't know if you've tried it, but so all we're going to do is put the transfer tape. Ooh. And make sure you're covering the actual letters. So it might seem pointless to put it over this sort of thing, but the trouble is you've got the little bits inside the letters, and it also stops it stretching all over the place when you try and put it on the bottle. I've tried it without, trust me, it's so much easier with. So it's all together in one. You keep one or other because the transfer tape is reusable as well. Okay, so you get the bottle, put the middle part, you actually should get something either side of the bottle to stop it moving. And you want the middle, okay, first on, okay. Actually I'm going to take that off because I don't want it on that curve. That is going to make it really difficult. So and there we go. Give it a good rub and make sure that the actual peel off is stuck to the glass, and you can't have any bubbles either. So if that happens, take it back off and stick it again. Mind you, the main part is that you don't have bubbles around the letters. I've done extra just to cover us so that we don't get it anywhere but where we want it. So as you can see, I've done that. And then you just peel the excuse me, I should have put my glasses on. And hopefully I've stuck it enough. If you can't, if it starts taking any of the peel off, just stick it back down. And give it a good rub. Okay, that's not rubbed enough there. Let's try that. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Okay. So slowly, slowly. Stick that back onto its backing because, like I said, it is reusable. So there, we've got that. And now etching is so much easier than you'd imagine. Make sure it's all stuck down because you do not want bubbles where you're going to put the etching because it will make it bleed. There we go. Okay. Now this, although it's a little tub, it goes such a long way. And all you want to do is get one of these or any kind of scraper. Just give it a good mix. And you're just going to scrape it on, literally like that. Take off any excess. And put it back in the pot. Now the bottle says leave for 1 minute. I think you need to leave it a bit longer than that personally. And then we're going to do some snowflakes because I just thought a few nice snowflakes over it might do good. I'll tell you what I'll do actually. I'll start getting these ready, but what I'll do is I'll do the snowflakes off camera. I'll wait for this and then I'll show you how it comes out, and then I'll do the snowflakes and show you the end when I've finished it, because we've got a lot to do and I'm aware my videos seem to be forever long. I just don't like missing any details. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is take it to the sink. I'll pause the camera while I do that. And you just run it under cold water, rubbing it off. It looks like it's completely gone and nothing's worked. Don't worry about that. I will do that and I will come back and show you that's what I've done. And then I'll do the dramatic lifting off and just show you actually how cool it is. Okay, I've got my snowflakes ready. So now I'm just going to go run it under the cold water and I'm going to just rub it off and then I will be back. I'll see you in a minute. There, see, very quickly I was back. I'm just drying. I did lose the bit of the R, but I'm hoping. Oh, and that moved as well. But it should have already done its work. So we will do the reveal. There we go. And I don't know if you can see it very clearly. As it dries, it will become more clear. So bear with me here because I've never seen it before. But we all need carrots for the reindeer. They're more important than Santa to some kids. So what about a carrot-shaped tray just for the reindeer? So I gave my husband the task of finding me the biggest carrot he could so that we could use it to try and get a carrot-shaped plate. While we're all dirty, I might as well not clean up and just try and use this. Now this should be easier, she says. Let's use that bit as well, because it's just really like rolling a sausage, I guess, she says. Okay, that we want thicker, more one end than the other. And then what we'll do is squash it over the carrot. Now, I know it looks like I'm mad, but I have never seen it done before, but I just thought it's a, you know, unusual, different thing to do, and I think the kids will love it. You know, that's what I had in mind, is that the kids love the reindeer bit. So to make a special plate for the reindeer, forgive me if I do it right, if I've got it wrong, and everyone thinks, ooh, but I'm going to give it a go and we'll see how it turns out. I hope you like the idea and give it a go too. So that is very simply just, I mean, I think what we might have to do is just run one long flat piece so that it stands. Just, it doesn't have to be the whole thing, does it? So we do that so that it's flat like that. Just keep manipulating it. And I've done a couple of things with clay. This is much heavier clay. It's not the light paper type clay that I used in a previous video. Okay, and then I just want to try make sure the edges are fairly good, because that's one thing I didn't do on one of mine. So I'm just using this to edge it up so that it's all evenly edged. isn't it? That's, move it down a bit, that's it. And then we can that's it. And then we do it the other way. And again, there's quite a lot there. We'll move it down a bit. And then just straighten up the edges. That bit's just getting in the way. It still covers the carrot, but it was just getting in my way. Okay, so we just make sure that the edges are all nice and smooth. There we go. And then the ends. So we'll see how that comes out. I've put a straight bit there so that it can sit flat. Now this I need to leave dry with something either side so that it doesn't go. Oh no, I'll just put a peg either side. So I will come back when it's dry, which probably will be overnight at least. So I'm going to clean this mess up. I just want to show you the bottle now it's dried and you can see it clearly now. So when I come back I will have done the snowflakes and I'll show you them. Probably tie a little bow on it or something, and we'll finish off the cookie plate and the carrot plate. Okay, bye for now. So just added, the plate did not go right, so I'm trying again, and this time I've put grease-proof paper underneath and I'm putting cling film on top while I roll, and that is working a hell of a lot better. I just wanted to share that with you so that you could apply the same thing. And you see it just peels off, and then you can do it again. It seems to work a whole lot better, so I just wanted to add that. I've had to do the plate again because it was no good the way I'd done it before. So the carrot one turned out okay, but the plate I've got to do again. So if you do it this way, it's obviously a hell of a lot easier. I don't know why it makes a difference, but there you go. So I've flattened it all out. I'm going to do something a little different now. Used to say we've got to have a round plate, so I am going to cut round an ice cream pot, and then I think I'll lay it over that so it's correctly in line. So there we go. If I push that down, and then where did I put them? And I'm just going to gently cut round, because we don't really want it any bigger than that, do we? I haven't cut through it. Isn't that typical? There we go. Okay, so I had some issues with the greaseproof paper and some of it has got stuck onto it, but other than that I'm going to put the rest I haven't used back. That bit just went onto the mat and off the paper. It was definitely easier to work on the greaseproof paper. Definitely. I know I've got some stuck on it, but it's worth it for the fact how much easier it was to work with. So, just so you know. Okay, so that's the outlay. Let's just take this off. See, it's coming off easy enough, I guess. Actually, I'm just going to rest you on there a minute because I need that. And I'm going to lay it over this so that we know we've got the right size. Hopefully, because the way the ice cream jar goes, it should just... Oh, it's broken a little bit there. I didn't notice that. It should just tip over a little bit on the edges. So if we just gently... There we go. That's better. I don't know what happened there, but we'll take a bit. That's a similar shape. And add it on. It's better that way round, isn't it? Because that's straight. There we go. And I'll just try and blend it in. Okay, so all I've done is curved all the edges round, tidy that up a bit. And then we're going to leave it to dry. It's going to take overnight, and then tomorrow we will decorate. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. So I've left all these to dry. We're going to paint them now, but the idea is to put some letters on there saying what they are. I mean, there's so many different ways we can go with this. We could use rice paper again, but I've already used that, so I want to try something different. So I'm going to stamp. But like I said, first of all, I'm just going to put some gesso on. And I'm going to put it over both of them. I'm going to use white this time because I think we want quite a light plate. Yeah, what I should say is I did use files. These, you know, you can get these packs of files. I used them to file down the edges a little bit, but I still wanted it a bit rough, so I didn't do it completely straight because I wanted it to be quite rustic. Seems to be the nice word for it. So I'm just coating it. I'll probably have to do a couple of coats. but just coating it in the white gesso to start with. Yeah, I figured we'd already done the rice paper, so I didn't want to do that again. It might be nice to do just some stamping. I'm sure we've all got varied Christmas stamps. I've got one in mind that I want to try, but we'll talk about that afterwards. And no, it's not indigo blue. I must drive you all mad with my indigo blue. Okay, so this is going to need a few coats. As soon as I'm done, I will come back and show you what's happened. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've given them a couple of coats. Now what I'm going to do is just glue all the letters on as best I can. I spaced them out and worked it out a bit earlier, so I think what I'll do... There we go. I think that just about fits. Okay, so now we've got the letters stuck on like this. See? And what we're going to do is another coat of paint. Get rid of all your webbing from the glue gun. Another coat of paint. White gesso again, because we want the letters covered as well. Okay, so before we carry on with these, this is the milk bottle, and I've put the snowflakes on. I don't know if you can see it. So we've got snowflakes all around, and it says for Santa. Just to finish it off, I was just thinking of a little white ribbon going round the neck like this, and then in a bow. So I'm just gonna get the right size I want, and then I'm not sure if you know how to do simple, not the puffy bows, just a simple flat bow, so you get bunny's ears if you like, and just make a knot. That is, cross them over and do it like you're doing a normal knot. So one under and through the hole, and then let it flip over and just tie, and then just tidy it up a bit. There we go, and that's the bow. Should have kept the glue gun on for this, shouldn't I? Okay, so I'm thinking just a little sort of tiny little crossover like that, with the bow in the middle like that. I think I'm going to get my glue dots. It's always hard with ribbon knowing the right thing to use. So So we'll put one there. Okay. Yeah, I think about there. And then we want one for the bow. Originally I was going to get some jingle bells and use them to hang off the bow. I thought, oh, that'll look pretty. But let's face it, Father Christmas will get caught out if the jingle bells were heard by the kids. So perhaps not such a good idea after all. So just put that in the middle where it meets. And there we go. That's Father Christmas sorted. Nice pretty, but you can always put on the bottom who it's from. But there we go, that's the bottle. So now, just get that out of the way. We've got the cookies one first. Now I want to keep this white, but what I want to do is give it it's kind of metallic white, so it's shimmery. I want it to have a bit of a shimmery white to it, so I'm going to do that. Get a clean one. And all I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it on the letters, because the letters I'm going to do a different colour. The paints themselves are a lot thicker, obviously, than the gesso. So you don't use anywhere near as much. There we go, so that's that one. Now with the reindeer one, obviously, it's for the carrot. So I want to do it orange. I don't know if you will feel the same. You can do it any colour you want. If you want to do it to your theme, obviously then do that. But I'm going to do it orange, just while I'm waiting for that to dry. And this is proper orange, this one. It's an indigo blue again. But and with the reindeer I'm going to do it in green letters, so we've got the green with the orange. So we just cover it. Right, so I'll leave that to dry. Actually, is that already dry? No. So I'll leave that to dry, and then I'll come back and we'll start on the stamping and then colour the letters. See you in a bit. Okay, so they're now nice and dry. Love how this has turned out, actually. I don't know what you think, but I am loving that. So the reindeer I'm going to paint green. So I'm going to use a smaller brush. And what I want to do first is just hint the edges a little bit, just at the top, you know, like it would be. It's going to look like that. There you go. We'll have to do the inside of that as well, but that's okay. Not a major problem. So then, this one, I was going to stamp, that's right. Right, so I've tried a couple of times to stamp on this and it's just not working. So what I'm going to do, I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place actually. I'm going to stamp on a bit of napkin. And then we'll put that on. Oh, I've got 2 layers there. So the idea is to have that in the middle, and then, now I might use some decoupage papers and just do the holly around the outside. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. So it was a Chloe stamp I used. It says, have a holly, I don't know if you can see it, have a holly jolly Christmas. I'm more worried about the edges, if I'm being honest. Used way too much glue, but let's not worry about that. There we go. So that's my little saying in the middle, and then I thought, if we just started ripping out the way the pattern goes, maybe we could do it like that. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think it might work better than the stamping that I tried, because it just went horrible. So stamp onto napkins or rice paper and add it that way, and you can stamp anything you like. So, got so much glue there, let's just put it down there. That's better. So it might look a bit awful now while it's drying, but the idea of it you can see. Yeah, and then I am going to paint cookies in red. Just to bring out the red of the berries. So, give me a minute, I'll do that and then I'll come back and show you it. The reindeer carrot plate I've covered up where I didn't do that. Maybe it would be an idea to paint the orange before you put the letters on, to make it just a little bit easier. I've done a little bit of green at the end because you normally get that with a carrot, and then I've painted the back, so that's all ready to go. You could put a picture on that if you wanted, maybe something on the outside or whatever, but I think, to be honest, you don't need anything on that because it's like a carrot. So that one's done. The bottle's done, I showed you that. It's got the bow on. So we've got the milk bottle, the carrot plate and the cookie plate. I'll be back once I've painted it so I can show you how it's finished. See you in a bit. Right, so I've recoated them and this is what we've ended up with. So for the reindeer, we've got a little place to put all the carrots. For Santa, we have a bottle with snowflakes, and then we have cookies for Santa as well. What I've done, I blended in a bit of paint just to blend all the colours together properly, well, a bit better anyway. What I will do now is Mod Podge it, not the bottle, Mod Podge it, both these 2 or 3 times just to protect it and seal it, and then that's it, you're done. You can decorate anything extra if you wanted to. Sometimes I can go too mad and I didn't want to go too far, so I've left it there and now it's up to you. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye for now.